CMYK, RGB, PMS, WTF? Good Marc TV morning. Today we are going to talk about colors. No, not the colors on your walls or on your clothes. I'm talking about the colors on your business cards, your brochures, even the colors you're looking at right now on your monitor or smartphone. That's right. It's important to understand how these colors interact between different types of media. Now you might be asking, why should I even care? And that's a great question. And to answer that, I want to show you this notepad I received in the mail from a local real estate agent. I've covered up her phone number to protect the innocent here. But if you'll look very carefully, you will see that she is green. Yeah, the girl is green with red hair. Now, I'm not really sure if she has red hair, but I'm pretty sure she's not really green. And if she is, well, I think the least of her concerns is lousy looking print material. But the fact is, the colors didn't come out right. And I see this so often when people design something on their computer or have someone do it for them, and they put it on a shirt, they put it on a mug, they put it on a brochure or a business card or catalog or on a website, and it looks different between all these different types of media. The blues start to look like purples, the oranges start to look like reds. It's a big mess. Now, if you do your own design, chances are you're going to know all of this, but if you have somebody else or some company do all your design work for you, it's important that you at least understand what's working. That way it allows you to ask the right questions and make sure they're doing things properly. So essentially, when it comes to color on computer graphics and creating things with color, there's essentially three color profiles you need to know: RGB, CMYK, and PMS. So the first color profile we're going to look at is RGB, which stands for red, green, and blue. And essentially each of these colors is given a code anywhere from 0 up to in the hundreds that you can put together in different combinations to create literally hundreds of thousands of different colors. So for example, this color over here, this is actually a combination of 99 red, 51 green, and 23 blue. And interesting combination, but you can see what I mean. So everything you're looking at right now on your screen, on your monitor, everything on the web is made from RGB. It's those three colors put together in different combinations that create the colors and the images that you're seeing right now. Now, the next color standard I want to tell you about is CMYK, which stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. That's right, the K stands for black. And CMYK is used for any high volume printing of like catalogs, brochures, ugly notepads, whatever it is. And this works very simply. It goes through what's called an offset press. The paper goes through and it's a 4-color process. So without getting too technical, there's essentially 4 rollers, each roller for the specific color, right? Cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And as the paper goes through, these rollers put down a certain amount of ink and the layers of ink overlap, and you get the image you want in the colors you want. Now, much like RGB, CMYK is available in like thousands of different colors, and each one has a unique code, that being a percentage of each color. So for example, we can look through here and pick, oh, here's an interesting green, 90% cyan, 0% magenta, 65% yellow, and 10% black. And boom, there it is. That's what it would look like. And then finally, we have PMS, which stands for Pantone Matching System. And in a nutshell, Pantone is a company that has come out with specific ink colors. So it's like when you go to the paint store and you see a specific color and it's got some kind of interesting name like sunset brown or, you know, summer orange or I don't know, whatever. Well, PMS colors work much the same way, but instead of being given names, they have all kinds of really cool codes. And there are literally like hundreds of thousands of different colors made by Pantone. Some of them are everything from like print, flat colors, shiny colors, pastels, fluorescents. I mean, you name it. This is just a small sample of what's available. Now, the really cool thing about PMS colors is that the color can be replicated exactly or almost exactly across all different types of media. So for example, if you're a company and you designed your logo in a very, very specific color, like let's say IBM over here, okay? This IBM color is PMS 2718. Now, whenever a company is going to reproduce something with the IBM logo, IBM can tell them you got to use PMS color 2718 so it looks the same. So across the web, across print, whether it's on the side of a coffee mug, a brochure, embroidered on a shirt, whatever it is, all these companies that make this kind of stuff can refer back to that PMS color code. Now here's where things get a little interesting. If you or someone you know, like your son or daughter, whoever, are designing something using a graphics program like a brochure, a school project, a flyer, whatever it is, and you're implementing a lot of different colors into it, it doesn't really matter whether you're using RGB or CMYK. You may have that option, or you may not even know what it is you're using. And the fact is, it doesn't really matter, because if you're going to take it to a local copy place and have it done, and they use one of those really cool giant photocopiers, those photocopiers have software built into them that basically takes the RGB and the CMYK and kind of puts it all together and creates its own unique color profile, so you don't have to worry about it. The downside is that, yeah, your colors may not look exactly the way they do on your screen. Your blues might start to look a little bit like purples, or your yellows might start to look a little bit like oranges. But you know what? It's easy, it's reasonably accurate, and if you don't care, why worry about it? What's important to understand here is that if you're having someone design something for you for your website or print materials or promotional products, there's a reasonable chance that across different media, your colors aren't always going to be exact. Even if you use a PMS code to identify a specific color, a lot of times all they can do is closely match it, but maybe not exactly. So for example, with embroidery, there may not be a color of thread that matches exactly with your PMS. But if you know what that color code is, they can get really, really close. Now, if you found this episode useful and want to see more Marc TV episodes, just head over to marktv.net. And if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook and you want to post something down below, a comment or question, you know I'll answer back. And if you have an idea for a show, let me know. And if we run it, I'm going to send you a Marc TV baseball cap. And of course, if you like it and want to share it, all the better. Speaking of which, I want to do a huge shout out to Dan Gillen from Toronto, Ontario, who shared our last episode with his group. And you know what, Dan? As my way of saying thank you, a Marc TV baseball cap is on its way to you. So thanks again. So until next time, I'm Marc Gordon, and you've been watching Marc TV.